Check, check. You're hearing the sound of my voice, watching this on YouTube. That means you're now tuned to another chapter of the Introverted Intuition Podcast. My name is Jeff, aka the Petty Podcaster, aka the Ambitious Introvert, aka the leader of the Libras. As always, I got my boy with me, CR. Say what's up to the people.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your man, CR, a.k.a. Conscious Rap, b.k.a. Chocolate Ride.
I actually got a new nickname, but I'm too afraid to say it because it's so corny.
Nah, I want to hear it. You can't say that and then not say it.
I want to say it, but it's so corny. Okay, so background, I was doing cardio this morning. I just was feeling good. I woke up in the morning, 8 o'clock, went to work out, and I was listening to Playboy Cardio. So I was like, why not flip it and call myself Playboy Cardio?
Yo, I'm done. No. Okay. I agree with you. It was corny. Let's trash that.
All right, whatever. I'll work on it. But today we have, guess what? It's an entrepreneur, a creative,
a boss,
a CEO.
Boss.
Yeah. You're familiar with the guest, right, Sia?
Very familiar. She's like one of my favorite people, bruh. Like her energy is amazing. From the minute that I met her, I knew it was gonna be cool. Literally been in touch since we met at it was a car show in the Meadowlands years ago. Years ago.
Yes.
Well, please introduce yourself to our audience.
A lot of people might know me as Jersey Queen, but everybody calls me B. Bridget's my real name. People who don't know.
This is about to be a real Jersey episode. There might be some terms that our listeners in South Africa may not understand. There may be references to some streets and neighborhoods you may not understand, but that's okay because we are here today.
We here, baby.
Usually we do like interview styles. Me and CR just go back and forth and trade questions. That's kind of be a similar experience today, but I want to start a new segment of the show that will kind of drag us throughout the entirety of the episode called We Gotta Talk. And for this week, I think we really got to talk about being an entrepreneur during a pandemic, which I think our guest is managing to do really well. But I want to get a little bit more insight on that, a little bit of information. But first, before all that, I want to ask, how are you? Both of you, how are you guys doing?
Doing well.
Go ahead.
I feel like that's become such like a loaded question with everything that's going on. You can't really just say I'm good and really mean it. But if you're really good, that's what it is. That's perfect.
Yo, I've been feeling really good lately because I've been doing more to take care of myself. Like I had like a spiritual massage therapy session on Wednesday.
Okay.
Shout out my homegirl Amina. She's a Sage Goddess on Instagram. And she just really helped open up the pathways because I was already doing things to like heal myself from the emotional traumas of dealing with, past relationships and everything like that. And yo, I genuinely feel happy, like from the inside out. I just feel good. And it's not like forced. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good. I'm just chilling. Like I don't have nothing to worry about right now where I'm at in my life right now. You know what I'm saying? Like things are moving up and I'm just coasting, enjoying the ride and doing what I gotta do. I'm just grateful right now.
I'm right there with you on that shit. Now, can you just briefly explain to our audience the things that you do, maybe the businesses you work on, you own, whatever? Just give us a brief rundown of what you do.
All right. So I'm the CEO of We Are Jersey. Everybody knows the magazine, which CR was previously featured in, gave us a dope freestyle. We highlight a lot of creatives for my magazine. Mm-hmm. I also own the diamonds. We Are Jersey Diamonds.
Baddest models in New Jersey. Goddamn. Woo!
Yeah, I got some pretty girls, but they also are business women, so they got brains to them. So it's beauty and brains. That's what I usually look for. I'm also a part of Halo Realty. I do real estate. I'm gonna get into investing, fix and flips. So I stay pretty busy.
That's a really extensive resume. Like, what came first?
Okay, so the entertainment company came first, which is Jersey Turned Up. My business partner Banks, he's a DJ. We were throwing events in Bergen County. I'm from a pretty suburban area, so anybody who's been in certain parts of Bergen County, they know that you put too many Black people in one area, the cops are coming. So the purpose of our company was originally to throw of safe events that didn't have any problems, no cop problems, no fights, no drugs. And we started that way originally, uniting the community. So my age group, at least at that time.
Has any of the things that you're working on have to be put on the back burner during this time?
Right now, necessarily no. The only thing that this pandemic or COVID has changed for me was like, CR, who might know, I throw a yacht party every year for my birthday. And it's a lot of fun. And this year, unfortunately, we had to surprise cancel it, but I definitely plan on throwing another one when life is normal again,
Can I just make a quick comment about that? For people listening, no cap, them yacht parties be lit. I was super disappointed because of COVID this year. Like, yo, because I remember people was talking about it. I was getting ready to buy my ticket right before this whole thing happened. Like, bruh, yo, I don't know, man. Them parties be lit, bro. We are Jersey. They just got great people there, and their energy is always lit. I just had to let the listeners know. So when y'all see her promoting that shit, buy a motherfucking ticket.
Yo, hopefully shit goes back to normal soon, because I've never even been on a yacht. So to be on a yacht and be at a party, that sounds crazy. But so let's go back to, like, I guess the beginning of your entrepreneurial days. Did it start in college, or did it start even younger than that? How did you get your start as an entrepreneur?
Actually, my business partner, he was a year older than me, so I wasn't even like 20 yet. I was like 18 or 19. And around that time, me and him actually met when I was in 8th grade, so like he was like in 9th. So we've been friends for like over 10 years. So honestly, just based off of our friendship, and because we knew a lot of people, and we knew in our area the problem was like, what is there to do? How can we have fun? And people always had that issue. So we was renting out places and charging at the door, young, just starting. And then once we got to college, that's when it really leveled up, and we started getting into bigger venues. We started DJing at colleges. We had a lot of clubs under our belt really quickly when we originally first started. So
was everything born out of, like, I guess, the boredom and the need to have entertainment for people? Because, like, I don't know, like, I feel like when we're younger, like, we can just figure it out. We can just go to a park and start a random game, but you took it to a level where you want to establish events. Like, was it the need to start all this just strictly out of boredom and where you live?
I would say for myself, yes. He happened to be a little bit closer to like the border of Passaic and Essex County. So for him, it would have been easier if he wanted to go to Newark or go to Patterson and just go to a party. But me, because I'm originally from Washington Township in Bergen County, there's nothing fun over there. So all of my friends, it was like 20 families of minorities in the area I live in, and then we couldn't do but so much because people would be like, oh, there's too many black people in one area, we're gonna call the cops, But they ended up realizing what we're doing was actually had nothing to do with the drama and the fights that other people might involve themselves in, and they actually allowed us to do a lot of things. Actually, really.
What was like the hardest part during those early days?
The hardest part, not being 21, because me being the youngest at that time, that means that if you're signing off for a venue to rent it, you can't have alcohol because I'm not 21. But so Banks would have to do it because he was 21 before me, so like my age got in the way. It definitely got in the way.
Shout out my nigga Banks for holding it down.
Yeah, we sure did, he definitely did.
And how many years ago was that when, like, you guys were doing that, like from then till now?
2012 for sure. Right after I graduated high school.
Okay. And fast forward to 2020, is what you've established and what you have going on now exactly what you envisioned, or are you still working towards expanding even further?
I would say based off of like when we first started, we didn't really put like a box in like, oh, we have to reach this goal. We kind of flowed with a lot of things that came to us, and it ended up being better than we anticipated because we started, but we weren't like a part of the music industry in the sense of where people were like, oh, I've been making music since I was like 13. We weren't making music, you know what I mean? So like we ended up expanding our network and our niche in so many different areas that we did not ever anticipate going toward by letting life flow. You know?
I've learned being around CR, watching CR like establish the Jersey Got Talent event. I feel like the hardest part is not getting the support and the promotion leading up to it, but actually have people arrive. Like I remember CR, your last Jersey Got Talent, you had a bit of anxiety because it was pretty much time to start, but people weren't there yet.
Yes. And that's why
hardest part for
it is that to me that is one of the hardest parts because you can't control it. That's why it's the hardest part for me. You can do everything in your power to make the venue nice, make sure, you know what I'm saying, you got your vendors, your artists are prepared, whatever. But at the end of the day, you're at the mercy of the people. This whole entertainment thing is at the mercy of the people, bruh. And you have to respect that. You know what I'm saying? So plan for it. Be prepared to have delays. Be prepared for people to show up late. Like that it was tough to live through it, but it's just something I have to keep in the back of my mind. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The one law that all entrepreneurs have to obey is the law of diminishing returns, where you may put in a lot of time, money, and effort into something, but you may not always get that return on investment. That's something you feel like all entrepreneurs have to adapt and understand really early on. I'm saying this, but like I still get fucking sensitive if shit don't go my way. But I feel like that's something that's really important that people need to hear and realize because I feel like during this time, there's a lot of newer entrepreneurs on the scene trying to do what you guys do and try to establish events virtually and in parks and stuff like that. But it's not an easy journey, it seems. It's not easy.
It's not an easy journey, but it's not for the faint-hearted. Like, all I gotta say is, you will fail if you quit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just keep going. Consistency has been my best friend on this journey. Like, people respect the fact that once I started, I never stopped. You feel me? Once I created CR, everybody knew about CR. Parents, cousins, teachers, professors, everybody who knows me knows that I do music. Everybody. I never stop. So whatever you do, just be consistent. That's the secret.
Right. Can you take us back to like end of February, early March, Bridget? Like when COVID was like just now starting to be in America and really take over the world. Can you just take us back to your mindset around that time from a personal and like a business aspect?
Well, I guess from a personal aspect, like I'm spiritual. Like I'm very spiritual. I'm very into understanding there's something bigger than us. You know what I'm saying? So I personally do feel that, at least for my opinion, I can't speak for everybody else, but I felt like we kind of people felt for a while something was coming. You know what I mean? So because you could feel it, I feel like it's not like, you don't move with like, I guess I could say like moving out of fear and being scared and moving frantic, like how a lot of people were. Because, you know, if you feel it coming, you're even if you don't notice, you're getting prepared. You might not know you're getting prepared, but you're getting prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, in my personal life, I kind of was just chilling. I was like, all right, I know whatever's about to happen, I'm going to have to take like kind of a seat back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to run around as much and all of that. But also from a business aspect, I felt like, well, I was excited for the yacht coming out, but, you know, I felt like, you know, at the end of the day, this actually allowed me to make changes that I needed to, and take the time to disappear when I needed to. You know, sometimes I would say everybody is like in a rush to show all of their personal life on social media and all that. Like, so around that time, you know, preparing for it. Yeah.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm gonna switch. So preparing for it, long story short, you know, you end up realizing for these kind of situations, you know, whatever is meant to come is going to come, regardless if it's for your personal life or for your business. And at the end of the day, you just got to take it with the punches, you know what I'm saying? And like always try to be prepared to be ready. And that's really about it, you know, even for a business standpoint. Like for me, I had so many plans for the magazine, but then people couldn't go nowhere, you know? So you just readjust, bounce back, and just keep rolling with the punches.
Do you have like employees?
I have a team. My team is extensive, I guess, now from when CR first met us, at least, you know. Group photographers, videographers, writers,
I wouldn't say necessarily employees because I do a lot of stuff because I graphic design. I arrange everything. I schedule everything. I pick a lot of things. Yeah, I design the magazine. I check out the calendar a lot too. So,
But it's fair to call you, right? Like you kind of for the next move.
That's a tough question. I have to reword that one for me. That could
Like,
go with.
yeah. Well, do you
I'm sorry. Do I?
do you identify as
I'd say yes, kind of. I have a because my days are different from beginning to end. It could vary for me. You know what I mean? Because like today is my magazine day. You know what I mean? So today I could totally identify with it. But then like if I'm doing real estate, it's like it's like a switch kind of. You know what I'm saying?
right?
So I have to switch for both. You know?
I just you established that you don't employees first, people that you work with on the regular. You may have had plans to have certain projects go. So I just want to felt like having to let people know that we'll get through this, and I don't know, just have that honest dialogue. Like, yeah, I'll be back now, but we'll eventually schedule them together.
Yeah, that's something that had to happen with a lot of people, which is unfortunate. I don't really like having to tell people that when they because people with COVID people couldn't meet up and then they have something coming out and they have things like regardless of their press runs, but any just type of that did happen with a lot of our clients. But I'm very easy to work with, you know. So if I know like you're an artist that really sincerely is trying, so when I say sincerely is trying, like you're doing music because you truly love it, or you're doing whatever your career, your art is because you truly love it versus I'm gonna say for the clout. Versus for the clout, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm willing to work with you, you know what I mean? And if we have to hold off and come back to it, then we hold off and come back to it. But I usually don't try to forget about people I work with.
Was CRE or was it difficult?
Yo, hold on real quick, Jeff. For some reason, when you speak, it kind of like goes in and out. Like I can't really hear anything you've been saying. I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, for real? Hold on. I think it's my Wi-Fi. 1 second. Can y'all hear each other?
Say something, D.
I hear.
All right. I can hear you. Say something, Jeff.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sounds good now.
Okay, yeah. That's my Wi-Fi, my bad. So I'm not sure if you heard my last question, Bridget. Was CR easy to work with? Or was he difficult?
Very easy to work with. I usually remember my headaches. He wasn't a headache. He's never necessarily a headache ever. He's funny as hell, so it's always easy.
Yeah, he's alright.
Jeff be hating.
Nah. Well, what's the real estate landscape currently? Like, I've seen reports of a lot of people moving out. Obviously, people aren't working; they can't maintain their income to keep their house. So, what's the real estate landscape like right now?
I'll sit there and say I joined real estate at like the most hectic time of ever. I mean, I was taking classes in October, so of course I wasn't foreseeing this all happening. But it's nuts because New York is entirely trying to move to New Jersey because the prices in New York is nuts, and then Jersey you can get the same price and more land or more room. So everybody's running to Jersey. There's not enough inventory, like house inventory, on the market. So there's like a billion buyers and like 10 houses, like think of it like that, and then pretty much people don't realize like, because everybody's in such a different place in their life. Like, of course, there's some people not working. There's some people that are still working. There's some people that are getting unemployment. Some people are not getting no unemployment, no job. So like people who are working and then they're looking for a house, they might be thinking like, oh, I have time to sit there and think and make a decision. No, I'm not about to show you this house, and if you think you're gonna wait 2 weeks because that house is gonna be gone, and then I'm showing you that house for no reason. So like, it's a lot of time management with real estate. Also, it's a lot of I want to say like patience, but it's a mixture of patience and knowing the right time. You know what I'm saying? So it's very busy. I know that evictions have started in New Jersey and New York, and it's about to look crazy. If people are buying a house soon, I'll recommend to people that I know that might be buying is to wait until all these pre foreclosures and all that go down and all that. Like,
that's why I'm not rushing, because remember I was telling you I've been preparing to buy some property. I just got ineligible to be eligible for a mortgage loan, but I'm waiting for the right time because I already know it's too crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to buy like a multi-unit.
Yeah, me too. That's on my next move is. That's why I'm sitting there like I'm just waiting, and then I'm thinking that maybe things might change very soon. I'll just say soon. I
Like,
go say time.
like New Year's.
Hopefully
like
so.
2 years? Yeah.
That would be amazing if so. That's the goal. You know what I'm saying? If it happens, then good. But I can say the interest rates are amazing right now. So if anybody wants to buy, they should buy. So.
What would real change look like to y'all? Is it just like, I guess, that fear dissipates completely? There's a vaccine. Like, what would I guess be that motivation, that spark for you guys to move forward with your properties?
Honestly, for me is I'm not really worried about a vaccine. I know I'm not taking that anyway. Mm-hmm. I'm like on my health tip, so I'm not even worried about that, you know. Mm-hmm. I think it's more so like, for me, it's comfortability. In the sense of like, I don't want to move to a new town with a multifamily and then like there's gonna be a bunch of protests or people shooting cops and all that stuff in front of my house. Like, everybody's wilding right now, so I need everybody to simmer down before I can like, you know what I mean? But don't get me wrong, it's rightfully so, because at the same time, you know, Black people have been enduring this for years upon years upon years upon years upon years, you know, so it's rightfully so.
Absolutely. But seeing these protests, they're all warranted, of course, in the injustice. Has that affected your ability to maybe work as hard as you have previously before all this has been right in our face?
I think for me, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say it doesn't. I'm not saying it doesn't affect me in the sense, because of course it affects me in my morale, my day to day. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like, I have a Black family, of course, you know. But I'm also somebody who, since I was young, I love all types of people. You know what I mean? So I don't care if you're gay, white, Spanish, Black, green, purple. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So like, for me, it just reminds me of the reason of why there needs to be more people who could see life that way, you know? Because people are still so stuck in their ways that they don't really, I don't know. I don't know if it's because they grew up that way, their family taught them that as well, but, you know, you got to see that your race or your persona or whatever you have is not the only amazing thing in the world. There's beauty everywhere, every race, everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's disappointing, I'd say. It's really more so just disappointing that it still happens like that. But, you know, you got to be a part of the change, and you have to be the reason that people could see that.
And you mentioned, like, earlier, I guess, that you're spiritual. Do you implement any spiritual practices to keep your mind in that state that you just expressed?
I'm heavy on the meditation, incense, crystals.
Okay.
Yeah, like I mean, the world's crazy. You gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do something. You can't just assume that life will be all dandy without any kind of practice to ground yourself, you know?
I agree with that. You need to create some type of ritual in your daily routine that helps you cleanse yourself of the negativity that's constantly being poured into you from the world. Social media, news, sometimes interactions with people in public, like all that shit, you gotta on a daily find a way to cleanse that shit, yo.
Yeah. My routine has been trying something new pretty much every day. I've just been exploring things I've had interest in a long time and just never really had the motivation or the confidence to try. So now I'm really just trying and failing shit. I tried to draw yesterday. It was terrible. but it felt good to like actually try to do something other than a stick figure.
You probably had fun.
Yo, it was fucking fun.
Exactly.
But it was terrible. It's in the trash right now. Yeah, but it was fun. I, what I want to know, like, did you come into 2020, with the pressure of it being a new decade? It's a new whole new 10 years. It's my time to solidify my position in the universe. Did you come into 2020 with any pressure of establishing yourself in a space in your life where everything you are working towards is now yours, right? So did you come to this year with the expectation that this would be your time?
To be honest with you, not really, not at all. I would say like this year was for me like re-getting my life together. I would say, because like last year, a few days after my yacht party last year, my mother passed away. So it changed like my whole life. And I guess like the best way to put that is like it just kind of lit a fire under me, like a different kind of fire. So now I worked harder this year, but also like my year was like a blur because I just still have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a lot of accomplishments this year, but it still flew past me. So this year's just re-getting everything together.
Right. Are you like married to like your goals? Like, do you how can I put this? Like, I feel like we all have certain things we want to accomplish, not whether it's by a certain time or not, but when you don't, say, do something exactly that you wanted to do by a certain time or whatever, how you pictured it, how does that affect you when things go left?
I had certain goals, I would say, that I had like prior to her passing, but then I learned how like time doesn't really exist. Time's a figure in your mind. So like it's not that I didn't finish goals in time. It's according to my mental clock, but that doesn't matter really.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really I mean, like, it might suck, oh, I didn't get it this month, but like I don't beat up myself over it because if you love what you're doing, why are you clocking it?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
For what?
What are you planning to stop? Why would you stop doing something you really love? Right. So I agree with that because if you're on this journey, it becomes a lifestyle, whatever it is that you do. You know what I'm saying? That field of work becomes a lifestyle. So I agree with that.
I personally don't think anyone would be truly happy if everything went their way without any struggle, without any failure. I feel like the journey to get to it and the losses that you take on the way are more rewarding. Like for me, like I kind of relinquished any expectations or control I thought I may have had for my life. And I literally wake up every day and just let the universe, God, just point me in the direction I'm supposed to go. Like I really don't I don't put any pressure on myself. I feel so much better. And I feel like I've been able to get a lot more done. So
Bro,
I encourage the listeners just to relinquish your control.
Yo, that's how it works.
Yeah, man.
Letting it come to you is definitely key too.
Yeah. I'm so happy because you've been waiting for me to say shit like this for years now.
Yes, because I knew you had it in you, bro. Because it's like you have made a total different change on your energy from where you started to where you are, and I can see it. And the radiance is amazing. You feel me? Live off of faith, not fear. Fuck anxiety as much as you can. Say fuck anxiety, bro. I'm saying like trust your intuition, bro. Introverted intuition. It's your show. You started it.
Like I only embrace the introverted, not the intuition.
Exactly. Now you're learning that the intuition is the faith, bro.
Yes.
Speaking of anxiety, do you have a relationship with either anxiety or depression?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely dealt with both. I'll say a majority of my life, but that's like childhood traumas. My dad died when I was young. Like So it affected me my whole life for sure.
Have you invested in a therapist at any point?
No, but I can honestly say I have the right friends.
Hmm.
So I never really needed that because they understood. You know?
That's great.
You had
Shit.
that support system.
Yeah, because like sometimes for me, like in the past, I was hesitant to go to my friends because I felt like they would tell me what they wanted me to hear. Like they would coddle me a bit and not really give me the truth necessary needed for me to actually truly heal. But for you to have that honest support system, I think that's more beneficial and cheaper than a therapist could probably ever be for you.
Absolutely. For
Word.
sure.
What's like your end goal with everything that you're doing? You have a specific point for every specific thing that you're working on?
Yes, I would say like, in the beginning, everybody's goal is like, oh, I want to be rich and be a millionaire in like a year. I don't have that goal. My goal is like the opposite. I just honestly want to make sure my family's good. That's really about it, really. If I can, with my businesses wise though, I would try to probably be the plug for artists to like get distribution versus getting signed. Just the plug for distribution, not for getting signed. so that the talent can just get out there and so that people could stop like making it a popularity contest. Popularity and talent is not equal to me. So I just want to really get actual talent out there. So that's like my personal angle.
That's super selfless. Why? Where do you think that starts? Like, do you think you can pinpoint a starting point in your life where you felt the need to just be that medium to help other people?
That's a good question. Truthfully, it's probably from my dad. My dad, when he was alive, like the town I lived in was really small, but it was like a white community. But everybody knew him because he was like the nicest man and he helped everybody. Like people recognize him and they like honk their horn and wave. I'd be like a little girl and I'd be like, why do these people know you? Like where do they know you from?
Yeah.
And you'd go to the store and like something simple like getting groceries. And we'd be there for like an hour and a half because he stopped and said hi to 20 people. And I'm like, Dad, I want to go home. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I never realized how much it changed my perspective because the world today, everybody's like, I want my stuff and I want to leave. Like, they want to be about their business. They don't want to talk to nobody.
Right.
But that his relationships really helped him. Like, it helped him in every aspect of life. And then whenever he needs something or other people need something, they can help each other. And that's how it should be.
And I guess you've adapted that same outlook in terms of like, I guess, maintaining good relationships, even with people you may not be necessarily be working with, right? Relationships are really everything. I feel like some people like they meet certain people and they think, oh, one day this person could do this and that for me, so I won't disrespect them. But that's not how you really have to live. Like, I think if you're just a good person, you'll attract other people, and whether the relationship turns out to be to long term make you some money or not, or whatever, or collaborate. I just think relationships are just key for everything, whether it's business wise or just strictly personal. I kind of learned that from CR as well because I feel like CR you network more than I do.
I can't help it. It's just because I like to be social. You know what I'm saying? My dad is like that. Like so, I can relate because my dad's a musician, and he's Haitian, and Haitians always know each other. So everywhere we used to go, growing up in Union County, he would always get caught up in conversations, and we'd be at the store waiting, and I'd be the same way. I'd be like, "Dad, let's go! Like, let's go!" But yeah, bro, I just love people. Like I genuinely, I love good people. Let me be specific because I don't like everybody. I like good people. When I meet good people, bro, it feels like we're family. It's like a spiritual connection. When I meet a good person, I get goosebumps. It's addictive. I love meeting good people.
Mm-hmm.
I can't help it.
You said it. You worded it best because it's true. It's definitely a difference.
I move. I agree. I feel the same way. I just I move a bit more cautiously. I feel like I've had more bad experiences with like newer people that I brought into my life than good. So I move a bit hesitantly because I just know I just really value my energy and value whatever I'm trying to accomplish creatively. And it's just like having newer people, too many hands in the pot, too many souls exchanging energy. It just gets a bit scary for me. I don't know.
I agree with that. I think that's why you got to be selective. Not everybody deserves your time and your energy. Plus, even with the people you do love, you still need to have time for yourself. Because sometimes, in order to elevate, you have to isolate. So, having that balance is always necessary. But being selective about who you choose to interact with, that's key. Because there's some people that don't even deserve a word from you.
Word.
I 1000% agree. I agree also what he said about letting certain people in, especially for your energy. And, it's unfortunate. I've had bad experiences too, but being selective has helped me mold and remove people to get my soul family. And that's why CR knows he's a part of my soul family. He knows that already. So
I'm in the application process right now, being in the soul family. This is the job right here.
It's in review.
Going back to what I mentioned about like the beginning of the episode about this episode being dedicated to entrepreneurs navigating through the pandemic. You mentioned that you're doing pretty well. You haven't lost your footing, but could you provide like maybe some words or just advice for entrepreneurs trying to figure it out during this crazy time?
During this crazy time, I suggest everybody network as much as they can. A lot of people are home. There's other people who are not home, but they're still kicking up. Like, I'm going to say, yeah, the world has stopped in certain ways, but I could say in the Black community, they're just getting started. So, start talking to as many people as you can. I've met so many people in this pandemic alone that are such amazing resources, just resources for knowledge. And like, I think if this pandemic didn't happen, a lot of people wouldn't have met a lot of these resources that there are. And getting all this information, it's the time,
Networking. I've been sending a lot of emails. I've been perfecting my pitch email. It's been working so far. But I second that sentiment about just networking, because I feel like social media has created a lot of awkwardness between people. Like, people don't even look at each other in their eyes anymore. So if you're not even taking advantage of communicating with people in the most comfortable means, then you just don't want it. You don't want to do anything. I
want to add to that. I feel like collaborations and networking go hand in hand, because no matter what you do, if you're a photographer, you should work with some dope models. You know what I'm saying? If you're a dope producer, look for a dope singer or a dope rapper, somebody that you follow that's from the same area as you. Like, putting your creative energy together, that shit is underestimated. Because it's like everybody that you have and everybody that person has sees you working together, they're going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It's instantly going to be like, damn, I didn't know they knew each other. Or, you know what I'm saying? Something's going to come from it. So it's like, always collaborate. Be willing to collaborate.
Be willing to collaborate. Absolutely. You don't have a this or that segment, right? See how you said?
Nah, I'm sorry, guys. I've been running around finishing the We So Hot music video, and my head's been all over the place, so I didn't get a chance to do a this or that for this episode. I'm sorry.
It's all good. So we have a segment that we end the show with called Don't Sleep, where it's basically we recommend something to the audience that they shouldn't sleep on, whether it's something as a food you ate recently, or it could be something a bit deeper. I had a good one, but I don't know. CR, can you take it right quick while I think of it?
Yo, don't sleep on collaborations. Like,
hold on. I think I have it in my notes.
Like, don't sleep on just putting in work with people that are interested in the same thing as you. Because not only do you create whatever it is that you're creating becomes a masterpiece, but you also make a new connection and you end up with new friends. And I love being friends with people who are interested in what I'm doing, because then I can take an interest in what they're doing and it's genuine. We're hanging out because we're working at the same time, having fun. Like, I think that's just, collaborating is really, really, really good. Don't sleep on it.
Yeah, mine is just don't follow the status quo. Don't follow like the societal standards of success and creativity and just everything. Like, don't follow what you're being fed, because I feel like if you choose to embrace the societal standards that people have given and put it on you your entire life, even your family growing up, I feel like that'll stick with you and kind of stunt your growth a bit. So I just would rather people to follow their heart rather than the status quo. So don't sleep on that. Would you happen to have anything, Bridget?
Yeah, mine would be don't sleep on yourself. A lot of people love to get in their own way and, let all that outside noise stay outside. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. You're a gift. Everything you do is a gift. You know what I'm saying? Look at yourself differently. Look at yourself on the pedestal that you put these other celebrities on. Don't sleep on yourself. You got it too.
Damn. Oh, I felt that.
Goosebumps. We appreciate you. Can you please shout out where like all the social media handles and where people can follow and support you?
Yeah, you can find me on all social media platforms as Jersey Queen 201. You can look us up as We Are Jersey Magazine or We Are Jersey Diamonds. Anywhere you find me, you can find me. B Pepino, Bridget Pepino. You'll find me on Google.
Okay, damn. He's a Google search result. Damn, that's well. CR, shout out if people can follow you and support you, bro.
Guys, definitely follow me on Instagram at CR_908. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got some new visuals coming. I mean, yo, we so hot. This video, we put in so much work for this shit. You gotta watch it. You gotta subscribe to my channel. Just type in CR908 in the search bar on YouTube and subscribe, motherfucker.
Word. And as always, follow us on social media at Introverted Intuition Pod on Instagram, at Introverted Pod on Twitter, YouTube.com/Introverted Intuition, Teespring.com, type in Introverted Intuition. Got new merch coming. New merch dropping September 1st. And yeah, that's it. I'll let you guys know next episode if I made it into Bridget's Soul family. And we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Safe.